Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class session. In last session, we discussed about basic plant parameters as well as we discussed about one basic item structure. So, item structure nothing about where we are going to maintain list of components and their quantities required to manufacture a finished good item. So, that is done. Then next one is what? So, routing creation process. In e-business suite, so we are going to create routing. Routing nothing but the process to manufacture the finished good item. Bill of material means, okay, I will write those definitions. Bill of material or item structure means, so where we are going to have list of components and their quantities required to manufacture a item, required to manufacture a finished good item. So this is what item structure. Then routing nothing but here we will pronounce as work definition. Here we will pronounce as work definition. So what is work definition or routing? Routing or work definition means, so where we are going to mention the process to manufacture the finished good item. So work definition is a process to manufacture a finished good item. So this is what item structure and work definition. So I mean the theoretical part. So same item structure nothing but what we will pronounce in e-business suite. What we will pronounce in e-business suite?
Bill of materials.
Bill of material. So routing means what we will pronounce? Here work definition, for example. Yeah, work definition nothing but, so in e-business suite it is routing. Okay guys?
Okay.
So how we are going to define routing? So routing nothing but a process to manufacture a finished good item. A process nothing but where we are going to perform the manufacturing process in operations. Operations nothing but, for example, you are manufacturing a Dell laptop. So are you going to manufacture Dell laptop in one go? Ideally.
No, step by step.
No, step by step. So first we are going to assemble the components like our RAM, processor and all those things. Then we are going to assemble so keyboards and follows to screen and everything. So once we assembled all those things, then we are going to install the software in the laptop. So once we install the software, then we are going to test the laptop. So including the functionality, how it is working, as well as including keyboards and everything, whether assembled properly or not, as well as we are going to test whether the software is working correctly or not. Then we will say that the laptop manufacturing process completed. Correct? Correct or wrong? Ideally. No one is speaking. Nothing. Are you able to hear me? Is my voice? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Sarath, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That means, so work definition or routing nothing but is a process to manufacture a finished good item. A process nothing but if you want to assemble, if you want to manufacture any item, first you have to assemble one by one components. Then we need to, if there is any software installation required, then we need to install the softwares. Then follows to, we need to so test the item. Then we are going to complete the finished good item. And are we going to do all these things in one place? Assembling, software installation and testing. Are we going to do all these things in one place? Ideally?
No, different work centers.
Department.
Different work areas.
Departments we are going to do that one. So that means in one department we are going to do, in one department which belongs to one work area in the inventory organization, where we are going to assemble the components. In another work area which belongs to another department, where we are going to install the softwares. And in another work area where belongs to another department, where we are going to perform the testing of the Dell laptop. Then we will complete the item, finish manufacturing process, and we will store in the completion sub inventories. We will store in the completion sub inventories. That means, So in different departments, which belongs to different work areas, we are going to perform all these things. Or else in different departments which belongs to single work area also, we can do that one. Because sometimes the work area space is very big. Work area space is very big. In that work area only we divided internally, like this is where people has to install software, this is where we need to assemble, this is where we need to test. Maybe in one work area also, different department people is going to assemble and so install the software and test the item. That means different departments maybe works in single work center also. That is also the single work area also is a common scenario. Then who is going to do all these things in real? Who is going to assemble the item? Who is going to assemble the item?
People.
Resources.
No, it's not
Workers.
people. It's a resource.
Work.
So sometimes nowadays everything is automation
Resource.
also there, right? There is
Then
a lot of
machineries also.
automated, sorry?
Machineries also get
Machineries. So because machineries also will perform assembling operations. Because of this machineries also, we all know that. So I mean, lot of a labor resources who is going to work in manufacturing place, they lost their jobs. Okay, that is anyhow different scenario. Robotic automachineries is there. So machineries are to someone requires to monitor the machineries, or sometimes people will assemble that item also. So that means machineries or persons is nothing but a resource is required to manufacture an item. So that means as part of the work definition, first we are going to define a resource. So first we are going to define a resource. So resource may be person or machine. So once we define the resource, so these resources belongs to specific department, correct? These resources belongs to a specific department or not? If the resource is an assembler, for example, a person or machine is an assembling machine or assembling person, is that assembling machine or person belongs to assembling department or not?
yes.
So that means we have to define departments. Those departments, nothing but here we will say work center. So in cloud application, department nothing but we will pronounce as work center. So this department or work center is existing in some location in that inventory. That location we will say work area. That location we will pronounce as work area. That means first we are going to define resources, or else even terminology now changed as a production resources. These production resources belongs to individual departments. Then we have a concept of these departments is a work center. So this work center is going to exist in some location. That location nothing but work area. So this is fine. So we said that the resources that those resources allocated to specific work centers. So what we said, a work definition nothing but a process to manufacture item. Process nothing but one by one, step by step process. First assembling work center comes into the picture, where assembling resources assemble the item. Then follows to software department or software work center people is going to install the software. Then follows to testing work center people is going to test the item. So this is the one by one step. So these steps nothing but operations. These steps nothing but we will say operations or standard operations. Standard operations. So a work. So my small request, guys, whenever you are not speaking, please go on mute. Okay. So that means a work definition nothing but so a process to manufacture a finished good item. A process means where we are going to mention the list of operations which we have to perform one by one. Again, in those operations, we are going to mention in which work center we are going to perform those operations. Again, in that work center, who is going to perform that operation? Who is going to do that job? Which resource is going to do that job? We are going to maintain all these details in a work definition. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone have any question? Am I
No.
okay.
It is
Am
clear.
I saying, guy? Sorry, yes, Krishna.
It is clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'm again saying that. So when I discussed with people before starting manufacture, I've spoken with a couple of people, and what I come to know is 60% of people so didn't work in fully in manufacturing. They have some basic knowledge for some one or two projects only, but no one worked as a dedicated manufacturing resource. So any basic questions also, please ask me without any hesitation, or else even you can call me to ask. Okay. Then we'll perform these setups. If you want to define a work definition, first you need to define all these setups one by one. So the sequence, assigning sequence should be from bottom to top, but defining the setups will comes from top to bottom. Okay. Then log into the application with our username, navigate to manufacturing and supply chain material management offering, scroll down, select manufacturing master data. So here all these setups we can define work center, work area, or else if you click on show all tasks, so production resources, all these setups we can configure from here, from setup and maintenance, or else if you assign the roles, if you assign the required roles, then those setups we can perform from navigator also. So I will perform these setups from navigator. I will perform these setups from navigator. Then we have some 3 roles required to assign to our user. So let's go to initial users, select show all tasks. Select create implementation user. It will navigate to security console application. Search our user, SEP underscore user 1. So once we complete manufacturing, next class is going to be security console only. Select SEP underscore user 1, click on edit. Select add role. So the first role is production supervisor. Production supervisor. Scroll down. So production supervisor is having the privileges to create all these setups. So select OK. As well as so manufacturing engineer. Manufacturing engineer. So select manufacturing engineer who has the privileges to define few more work definition setups, as well as production supervisor. Even he has the privileges to perform the work execution also, as well as production operator, which is having some limited roles. So limited privileges, production operator. So select production operator, select add role membership, select done. Select save and close. So if you want to know what are the privileges each and every role is having, then so at the end of this month we are going to start discussing middleware tools at the time of
Sir, there is a disturbance.
sorry, actually unfortunately it just got disconnected. Okay, so anyhow, at the end of this month, we are going to discuss security console. So before that, if you want to understand what are the privileges these roles are going to have, then go to the roles tab in the security console. Just search the role. For example, production supervisor. Production, just start typing production space supervisor. So production supervisor, select production supervisor role. So here you can see all these privileges, what this person can do. He can report material transactions. Likewise, so he can perform production operator role also. This person is having exceptions, production exceptions, everything this person is having. That means complete work execution privileges this person is going to have, as well as production operator privileges also this person is having production operator privileges. Then again go to production operator. Here you can see what this person can do. He can print component list, he can print work order traveler, all these things this person can do. If you want to know clearly, just export to the Excel, show privileges, show privileges. So where you can see clearly what are the privileges that every person is going to have. Just all these privileges just export to Excel. Now work definition setups majorly, so manufacturing engineer role. With the help of manufacturing engineer role, so we can perform the work definition setup. So if you go to privileges, see here, manage production resources, manage standard operations, resource rates, work areas. All these setups can be configured when you assign a manufacturing engineer role. So once we assign the roles, all these 3 required roles, we need to provide the data access for the user. Navigate to procurement offering, Select organization structures functional area. Select show all tasks. So from here, from manage inventory organization data access for users. So from here also you can provide the data access. So select add row, select SCP underscore user one having manufacturing engineer role. So can have all these privileges, can access all these privileges in manufacturing plant. In which plant? So SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory. Select save and close. So what is the difference? Is it just security countries by default it is show inventory organization. So as well as we have two more roles. So rather than doing how we are performing regularly from procurement offering, rather than from procurement offering, so go back to manufacturing and supply chain material management. Scroll down, select manufacturing master data. Select manage manufacturing plant data access for use. From here also you can give the data access. Select add row, select SCP underscore user one. So select production operator. Production operator. Production operator. The person having production operator role can access all these privileges in the plant. In which plant? SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory. Repeat the same step for the role production supervisor. SCP underscore user one having production supervisor role, can access all these privileges in the manufacturing plant. In which plant? SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory organization. Select save and close. Select done. So and it's a common scenario that once we perform any changes in security console, we have to log out and log in back to the application. Select sign out. Select sign out. Select confirm. Login back to the application. SCP underscore user one. Just let me copy this data. So 08 September manufacturing training. Okay.
Sarath,
Yes.
we did add the roles from the manage users, right? Then why did we add again? Why have we added again?
I didn't get that.
We did add these roles, right? Through manage users.
No. We added these roles from create implementation user task. That means if you click on that task, it will navigate to security console middleware tool. From that security console, we assign these three roles: production supervisor, production operator, and manufacturing engineer. Once we assign the roles, we came back and we given the data access for the users. That means whenever we assign the roles, so that means the specific person is going to have those privileges. But those privileges in which organization? So we'll be restricted by data access, right? How we given data access for inventory? Remember?
Yes.
Same, we given the data access for our inventory organization for our user. That means the SCP underscore user one having those three roles can access all those privileges in the Hyderabad inventory organization. So once you made the changes, you have to sign out and sign in back any security console changes. Okay.
Okay. If you don't give data access, then it will applicable for all orders, right?
No. It will then we can have the access for only so Hyderabad inventory SCP underscore user one. Okay. Again, why we have this different concept is there? I will tell you. For example, if you navigate to manage production resources or manage what do we say? I mean manage work centers or work as any setups. If you want to define from setup and maintenance, you can define for any inventory organization. For example, you have some 100 inventory organizations. Out of 100, you are maintaining some 80 organizations as a manufacturing plants. So if you want to define these setups from setup and maintenance, you can define out of entire inventories, you can define all these setups. That is what setup and maintenance. But in real time, what will happen? So in each and every plant, regularly resources will change as well as, so new resources will come, as well as new operations we are going to define, new work centers and new work areas we are going to define. In that scenario, every time we are not going to provide the access for setup and maintenance. We all know that, correct? Usually only implementation team going to have access for setup and maintenance, and one or two people in the business is going to have access for setup and maintenance. So clear?
Yes.
Then how in each and every plant, whenever they need some resources or whenever they need to define operations, do they need to raise a request for IT team every time? So it is not a suggestible way, because a software application, nothing but it has to save the time to improve the business process accurately, but it's not like decreasing the time. That is the reason. So with the help of this roles concept, if you give the data access, individual managers, those warehouse managers, they can create the resources setup as well as work center setups from their specific navigator for the specific organization which we given data access. For example, we given data access, go to work definition. Under manufacturing, go to work definition. So here, so if you want to click on change organization, anyhow, I have the, I mean, so why even I'm able to see 002, tell me?
Default organization value.
I mean, no, it's not like that. Actually, we have application implementation consultant.
Profile option you told me. Plant profile
One is
option.
profile option. Another one is which role I am having. So do you have application implementation consultant role?
Yes.
So that role automatically will give the privileges anyhow. So if you don't have that role, then so this is restricted for specific organization only. Okay. So we already created one employee users. Remember, guys, everyone, for the cycle counting testing process. So for the employee user, give these roles and assign the data access, then you will understand clearly. Depend, suddenly system becomes slow. Okay. So guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So click on change organization. Click on change organization. One second. So go to workbench. What did I put? One second. Select manufacturing. Select work definition. So click on change organization. Seems like application became slow suddenly. Okay, what I will do is let me clear cookies and caches from the browser. So let me pause recording for a minute. Yes, I'm going to give the plant profile setup. Okay, so navigate to setup and maintenance. So navigate to manufacturing and supply chain material management offering. Select manufacturing master data. So select manage plant profiles. Select manage plant profiles. Select RCS default MFG plant org. Select edit. Edit the plant profile. Scroll down. 1 second. This side is fishing the loading the data. Now this is the time instance need to refresh. Almost 2 months the data didn't get refreshed, right? As these are the public environments, I mean, so seems like there is a huge data.
What is the Japan logo?
No, I think that is Chinese here. Someone updated Chinese.
Oh, people are very crazy.
Maybe someone testing their project.
Smart people are always doing research on this application.
The fact is more than 90% are made in China, no, that's why.
I think Srinivasan might be done this one because he is a replied.
Okay. The application performance. Setup and maintenance, select manufacturing and supply chain material management, select manufacturing master data, select manage production. Let's see from here. Select manage production resources, change organization. Okay, so this is fine from here at this moment anyhow. So what I will do is, so we'll configure these setups. We'll anyhow. So from here, I mean this button is not. I mean it's just became slow. So it's not like a issue, application issue. Just a button. It is keep on running. What I will do is, so I'm going to perform the setups rather than wasting the time. I'm going to perform the setups from setup and maintenance only. So anyhow, so we will verify tomorrow from the navigator. So how to perform the same setups from setup and maintenance? Navigate to manufacturing and supply chain material management, navigate to manufacturing master data functional areas, select manage show all tasks, first setup manage production resources, select manage production resources. So click on change organization, select organization SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory organization, select OK. So here so far no resources are available, no production resources are available. So let's create production resources. Select create. So as I said, anywhere plus icon, nothing but to create. The first resource name is SCP underscore ASM1. That means it is assembler 1. It is assembler 1. SCP underscore okay. So I will make it very clear that SCPH in Hyderabad inventory. SCPH underscore ASM1. So assembler 1. So if you want, you can give the clear description. Then type, what is this resource type? Labor or equipment? Labor nothing but a person, equipment nothing but a machine, equipment nothing but a machine. This is the labor only, person only. Then uses UMO. So how we are going to use this resource based on which unit of measure? We are going to use this resource based on the hourly basis unit of measure, based on the okay, just got refresh.
What is the class, Sarath? Class?
So we didn't define actually any classes for the resource. So what I will do is, I mean, for the unit of measure also, I mean, before that we can define the UOM classes and we can use those classes, but we didn't define any classes for this. So that is the reason at this moment I'm not going to choose. So at this moment we'll choose only uses UOM. Okay. So uses UOM. So I'm going to choose based on the hourly basis. I'm going to use this resource. Select H hourly basis. Inactive. If you don't want to use this specific resource, then we can make it as inactive. Then costing enabled. If you enable costing, then we are going to report the costing incurred for this specific production resource uses. For example, if the resource is going to cost $8 per hour or $9 per hour, and if you are using 4 hours, that means so for to manufacture that item on this resource, it is going to cost us somewhere like $36. Likewise, are we going to include this resource in the costing also? If you want, yes. Anyhow, even if you include also at this moment we cannot test because at this moment we cannot test because we don't implement it costing. In future, once we implement it, we will come back and change the setup. So you can click on save and close. Or else, sorry.
It is not our resource master where we used to put average cost hour, nothing like that. No, just change.
Which one? I didn't get that.
In EBS, the resource master, no, we used to put the average cost against the resource trade, whatever technician, electrician, everything. Average cost, the same resource master, we used to put the average cost.
Resource
And we
rates.
used to assign.
So here, we just
Yeah.
as a different setup, we are going to configure that. Okay.
Okay.
The resource rates and everything we are going to define as a separate setups. Okay. So select, save and close, or else you can click on save and create another. Again, it will open.
Yeah. Yeah. Class is UOM class or different class?
So it should be UOM class only. So because we don't have any resource class setup, first thing. Okay. So it should be UOM class only. So we'll create. Okay. So we'll create one more resource. So select, create one more row, select. create one more row. So SEPH underscore assembler 2. SEPH underscore assembler 2. So type. So this assembler 2 also, for example, I'm going to create as a labor only. So uses UOM. So we are going to use in the hourly basis. This is a keep on. Okay, so select add row. Okay, so this class actually, once again, let me recollect. Okay, I got it. So I mean, so there is some supply chain management, a common profile options is there. So there is a, I think, I mean, this one belongs to service duration class. Okay, this one belongs to service duration class. Okay, guys. This is a
It is not
related
clear.
to resource UOM only. For resource UOM, there is a service duration class is there. This one belongs to service duration class.
In the sense it is an external service, contracts or service or anything like that?
It's not like external service also. I mean, so how exactly it will work is, for example, first thing usage UOM, based on the usage UOM. So we are going to plan our actual, I mean, so we are going to get the actual usage of the resource. So how much time we use this resource. So then usage, I mean, this class, nothing but which belongs to, so this service duration class. So how exactly it will work is, for example, if you, I mean, usually we are going to schedule all these work definitions and work orders, right?
Yes.
So then if you are scheduling, then automatically for schedule time, we need to associate the resources. So for this specific work orders. So, I mean, there is a labor. In that labor also, there is a different persons. So which we are going to associate those persons, because, for example, there is a 5 assemblers is there. There is 10 work orders is there. Then which assembler we are going to assign for which work order?
Oh, you mean to say, sir, we can, Sharath, is it a classification of resource? Suppose one technician is there, his level is senior or maybe his grade is more. Is it like that?
No, it's not like that actually. Okay, I will tell you clearly. So for example, so you said assembler 1 is the name of the production resource. So our assembler 2 is the name of the production resources. Assembler 1, maybe 10 assembler 1s is there, right? For example, the person who is going to assemble the Dell laptop, we will say assemblers. Let's take an example. In that scenario, so assembler nothing but who is going to assign the, assembling the Dell laptop. But how many people is there in your plant who knows that job? All those are assembler ones only, correct?
Yeah, yes.
So then,
based on his skill set, anything classification is there.
so based on skill set, it's not like complete classification. So based on the skill set, for example, assembler 1, nothing but, okay, I will give you. So assembler 1, so there is 10 units. 10 units, nothing but 10 persons. 10 persons who can do assembler 1, who are assembler 1 resources. Okay, let's take an example. In IT, we will say, so associates. So let's say associates, senior associates, senior associates. So we will say associates and senior associates. Associate is a product resource. For example, associate is a resource 1. So senior associate is resource 2. In that scenario, we are defining resource 1 and resource 2 as a production resources. But how many resource 1 is going to work in your plant? There may be 10 or 20, right? 10 associates may be available or 20 associates may be available, correct?
Yes.
So in that scenario, there is a 10 resource 1 units is there, 10 resource 1, like, so 10 assembler 1 units is there. So we are going to charge them based on the hourly basis. So how much time we use that resource, we are going to charge based on the hourly. So so whenever we schedule a work order, or whenever we, so what we can say, schedule or plan the work order execution, then what we will do, So we said that assembler 1 is required to assemble Dell laptop in work order 1. So, but is that assembler 1 is available or not? So how much time that person is available? I know that here, so usage UOM based on hourly basis only we are going to use. For example, here we are saying that on a hourly basis, we are going to charge the resource. Just let's search it. Select search. So select search. Select, okay. So we said that on hourly basis, but ideally, so this resource, how many hours we can use as a assembler too. So there is another concept like service duration classes is there. There is another concept of service duration class. So that class, if we associate based on the service duration class setups, for example, assembler 2 is, again, it's not for specific work order at this moment. So if we assign the service duration class for the resource, for example, if you are using a machine, so how much time continuously you can use that machine? Some machines can use 24/7, but some machines, for example, if we continue use for 6 hours, then we need to give a break of 6 hours or 4 hours, like that. There is some requirements will be there, correct or not?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
that will be decided by service duration class. And once if we define the service duration class setup, then here we can associate that service duration class. So as we didn't define anything at this moment, we are unable to.
These things where we will do it, we'll do it in the common set or where?
Actually, the service duration class is a profile option concept. One second. Select costing enabled, select save and close. So let me define one more quickly. So for example, SCP underscore assembling machine 1. So far I'm defining resources. Now I'm defining machine type as equipment. So usage UOM. So this usage UOM machines, for example, I'm going to charge based on the each. Let's take an example. So costing enabled, select, save and close. So and I'm going to define one more resource for testing purpose. Say CPH underscore tester 1. Just it is the resource name. So tester is a labor only. Usage UOM. So I'm going to charge this tester based on the hourly basis. Hourly basis. Hour. Select. Okay. Select. So I'm going to including costings. Select. Save and close. Select done. So there is a common supply chain management profile options is there. Profile options. SEM common profile options. Somewhere you can see SEM common profile options. So manage item profile options, application, core profile options. So let's see, maybe it is available in plant profile. Let's say plant profiles, manage plant profiles. So service duration class, okay. Here service duration class is there. So here usually we are going to give the profile value as a service duration class. And again, if you want to give the service duration class, before service duration class itself, we need to associate a unit, we need to perform a UOM class setup also. Unit of measure classes also. We need to define unit of measure class setup. That unit of measure class setup. So we are going to define and we will give you a profile value, control data for specific product like that. Then once we define this service duration class, we can associate a class to the resource. So here you can see specify the default UOM class for service duration units and enable other applications to show the unit of time assigned with the class. So that means specific time. So as I said, so from this time to this time we can use, conventionally this much time we can use and everything. So all these things we are going to define under UOM class, and the unit of measure classes. So whatever we define, so we are going to associate in this profile values. Once if we assign this profile value, then whenever you are defining the resource, you can associate that service duration class to the specific resource setup. Okay. There's a okay, skip on. keep on disconnecting. Okay. Actually, I'm in travel. That is the reason I just connected to my hotspot. So it's a keep on, so disconnecting. Okay, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay.
Sharath, your concept is very clear to me on the default UAM service duration class. Generally, that compressors, the plant no, generally cannot work for more than 6 hours because of the
Actually,
temperature, it
it's not
gets
for
heated
plant.
up. So they allow
Yeah.
that compressor to, industrial compressor to just rest for 3 hours.
Yeah, but actually, it's not for the plant. It is for resources. Okay.
Uh,
Krishna, so
no,
you are correct, but it is
it
not
is one of the resources actually. It is a equipment which is being used in.
Yes, Krishna, you are correct. That is the reason. So, 6 hours or 8 hours, if you keep on run, then we need to give some 3 hours break like that for that purpose only. So, we have this service duration class setup. So, if you define this service duration class setup, then we can associate to the production.
Yes, Sharath.
Yes. Yes, Krishna.
So I should define it first of all in the UAM class.
Yes, first you need to define unit of measure. Unit of measure. Actually, it's a keep on. What happening is, I'm in
Yeah.
travel, guys. That is the reason. Just I'm connecting from my hotspot. So that is sometimes because of that. I just keep on. Resetting. Okay. So first thing, what we need to define is, if you want to maintain the service duration class. So first we need to define a unit of measure, and you need to define unit of measure classes. Then you need to assign that unit of measure classes based on your requirement as a default unit of measure service duration class. If you give this a service duration class setup, then you can associate this to specific production resource setup.
Thank you.
Clear?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes. Take care. Let me try and then I'll come back to you.
Yeah, even I have to try because I didn't try. I gone through the theoretical concept some time ago, but even I didn't tested this scenario exactly.
Yeah, like that. So many instances are there in the production plan. So let me try this one because this is not available in EBS. It's a wonderful concept.
E-business suite, I think maybe available. It's not like not available.
Maybe we didn't try it. Maybe in the instances, another thing we might have to try, but we didn't try so far. Anyway, now this is the chance we can just try it.
There is going to be more features will come in the manufacturing process, but it won't override the existing features. That means, for example, whatever we are going to learn now, so those features will be same, but we can expect some new features. Okay, guys?
Sharath, one thing I observed is in that plant parameter that is exactly similar to B parameter, there is no inter-operation movements, move Q, move and then run, nothing, it has gone now.
Because here we don't have separate interoperational steps like Q to move, mu to run. So what happens is when you are performing the work order execution, so the standard concept is like, so completing the operation. So that means by default it will comes to the queue. There is no like a queue to run. So once it is completed, we are going to complete that operation. So that means that interoperation step concept is totally removed. So because directly the item once we so the process once we complete our 10 operation, automatically it will comes to the 20th operation. There either we can complete or else we can send it back to the 10th operation or else we can reset. But we don't need to perform like a Q2 run to move like that. Those interoperation steps is totally removed now. Hello.
It is good also. In one way, it is good also because nobody follows the.
Yeah, nobody
complete
really follows, and the process became simplified.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, tomorrow we'll continue this session. So, sorry for this bad internet connection, guys. Actually, I'm in travel. I'm connecting to my hotspot only. Okay.
Yeah.
I just took the break. Some outside.
Thank you so much, Sharath. Sharath, I have not received these 2 classes that videos clips also, so that at least I can practice in the weekends.
Yeah, I will share it. Okay. I will share
Thank
today.
you.
So just
Thank you.
maybe after 2 hours, I will convert and I will share, Krishna.
No issue, sir. No issue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So tomorrow we'll continue this session. Today actually already it is 1 hour, and some people said that they even have office. So tomorrow I'm going to stop. Today I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll continue the session. Tomorrow we'll complete the work definition setups. So far, whatever we discussed the theoretical concept. Anyone have any questions? In terms of theory, anyone have any questions?
Sir.
Yeah, Rahul, do you have any questions in theoretical concept?
Yes, practice. No, sir.
Okay, guys, then we'll continue the session tomorrow. Sorry for this small delay. Issue in with internet connectivity. Just as I'm in travel, so just sitting in some hotel room. Hotel room, and I'm connecting to my hotspot. So there is this issues came. So tomorrow we'll continue session as usual. Okay. Thanks for everyone. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye for now. Happy Diwali for everyone, guys.
Happy Diwali to all of you.
Bali, Sharath,
Yes.
to all.
Yeah. Bye.